Hello, friends! Welcome to Storytime at Home with Arapahoe Libraries. My name is Miss Amika, and I'm so happy to be able to spend this time with you today. Today, we're going to talk about the alphabet. Now, I know some of my friends are just starting to learn about their letters, and some of my friends already know a whole lot. And the good news is we can all get better at naming, recognizing, and using the sounds of letters when we practice talking, singing, and reading together. Let's practice now with the ABC song. Now, if you don't know it, that's okay. Like I said, it's practice. And we'll have another chance to sing it at the end of story time today. So let's get started, and I like to sway a little bit when I sing. So here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good practicing, friends. Well, for our book today, I think I'm more excited than usual even because I get to share a book about the alphabet that I wrote. It's called The Epic Battle of Little B and Little D. And I am feeling very lucky that I get to share it with you today, friends. Here we go. Long ago, in the time before stories were written down, all the big and little letters were called together to help everyone learn to read and write. The big letters went off to Capital City together to decide how to form words. The little letters were left behind and asked to pick a place to stand in line so that all people, big and small, could learn to recite the alphabet. Oh, there are the big letters. There they go. Here are the little letters. As they walked away, the big letters B and D bumped into each other. They each politely said, "Excuse me," and continued on their way. The little letters ignored the big ones, as little ones sometimes do, so they did not see the small example of good manners. Watching the big letters would have been especially helpful this time, because as little B and D ran around excitedly trying to find the perfect spot in line, they collided with a painful sounding thwack. As the little letters picked themselves back up on wobbly legs, they did not say, "Excuse me," and find new places in line. They did not even ask each other, "Are you okay?" Neither one wanted to admit that the only part of themselves that really stung was their pride. So they stood belly to belly and gave each other the meanest stare-down faces they could. Little A could see that trouble was brewing, so she quickly stepped in between them. Her intervention only created a bad situation. "Oomph, you guys are being absurd," she said between her smushed cheeks. Luckily, she was squeezed out before being permanently flattened. Little E tried to intervene as well, and ended up being squished in the middle just as A had been. He was determined to wait it out until B and D quit their nonsense. "We can do this all day, fellas." He was honestly prepared to wait it out, but eventually he fell asleep. Snoring softly, E fell right out of B-E-D, bed. Oh, there he is, he's sleeping. It was obvious to little I and little r that one letter was not going to get these grudge matchers apart, so they teamed up to separate B and D. The BIRD, bird, foursome flew around with I and R struggling to push B and D away from each other. Unfortunately, they did not land successfully, and a crash landing improves no one's mood. "I'm irked," I complained. "Really rude," huffed R. Finally, Y had her own teeny temper tantrum, latched onto D and pulled with all her might. Seeing that she was getting nowhere, brave O barreled in like a runaway boulder. "Okay, folks," he commanded, "just take it easy." Everyone was straining with all their might, and eventually BODY body just wore out. "This is all your fault," D panted. "You apologize," wheezed B. As the epic battle of wills raged on, it was looking like the little letters would never line up to be a proper alphabet. All might have been lost had it not been for little C, the calmest and cuddliest letter there ever was. When it looked like BODY was about ready to topple over from exhaustion, C gently nudged aside little O and shooed little Y away to take a well-deserved rest. Next, little C quietly sat down between weary B and D and put her cute little arms around each one. Since they were now all sitting close together, it felt natural to just lean in on each other to make one big group hug. Ah! All three letters sighed. Little B and little D finally agreed on two important things that day. For one, little C was a good friend, and they both wanted to stand next to her in the alphabet line. Two, they decided that they liked each other's smile, and they wanted a place where they could always see it. With that settled, the rest of the little letters lined up just fine, until little P stepped on little Q's tail. The end. Wow, thank you for listening to me read that book today, friends. It was very special for me, and I hope you liked it too. Now, in this alphabet book, B and D were the stars of the show, but we saw all kinds of other letters too. Did you know there are 26 letters in the alphabet? Luckily, we don't have to learn them all at once. We can learn individual letters like the first letters of our name or a word or letters in a word that are special to us. Or we can just learn about letters when we're ready, like today I just want to focus on 4 letters in a moment. The first 4, as a matter of fact, A, B, C, and D, because I know a fun little action rhyme that we can do together. And it goes like this. A is for alligator, who makes a chomping sound. B is for bunny, who likes to hop around. C is for cookie, round and round. And D is for dinosaur, who stomps the ground. Will you do that action rhyme with me? Okay, great. Let's start with A. A is for alligator, who makes a chomping sound. B is for bunny, who likes to hop around. C is for cookie, round and round. And D is for dinosaur. Stomp the ground. Oh my gosh, you guys, do you want to do that one more time now that you know the words? All right, let's practice our A, B, C, D, 4 letters. A, B, C, D. Let's practice that rhyme that just talks about those 4 letters. Okay, you guys are getting good at this one. A is for alligator, who makes a chomping sound. B is for bunny, who likes to hop around. C is for cookie, round and round. And D is for dinosaur, who stomps the ground. Good practicing today, friends. I had such a good time going over letters and parts of the alphabet with you and singing the alphabet song, and we'll do that again in just one moment. And I just want to let you guys know that there are more story times available and tons of resources available at our website right here that you can go to anytime you want. Now, let's practice the ABC song one more time before it's time for us to say goodbye for today. Are you ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Until next time, my friends.